Video because I have been reading like crazy, like a book a day for about a week. I am part of NetGalley, which is a site for books you're able to review. And I have been on a downloading frenzy between good books from NetGalley, books that I've had on hold at the library that have been coming available. I have been on a smut fest. All the smut. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I've been reading, tell you what I love, tell you what I don't love. I don't have too many that I don't love. I don't like the covers. One thing I can appreciate about Sharon Kenyon, which is one of my favorite authors, as well as Cressley Cole, they've kind of changed their covers. They look a lot better. See how cheesy that cover is? Oh my gosh. I mean, everybody likes a nice looking guy, but really, he's just doing too much. He's nice looking, but whatever. Okay. Well, this is by India Masters, and it is called Infinite Desire. Now, that one was straight sex. It got on my nerves because it is erotic fiction, which if you don't know the difference between romance and erotic fiction, yeah, it goes there. So, but it doesn't have to be just about sex. It does not have to be that. And this first one was, I got them free from NetGalley. I'm getting ready to post my review on it, but it was just sex. It was like every problem was solved with sex. And it was like, oh, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. It was like, how? You haven't even known to have a conversation. So I really was not a fan of that one. Now, this one was the second one. Because there were shorts. I said, well, what the heck? I'll go ahead and read the second one. And it's the same cheesy cover. That one, which is Eternal Passion. Oh, cover it's so cheesy. But this one was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Basically, it's set in the future, so they're in space and all that good stuff. And he falls in love with a girl who is actually, they call her the shepherd. And it just goes through her difficulties, his difficulties, how they come together, and it's just great. By the way, my necklace in honor of you see that? Rich homie. Quan, if you did not see the Hip Hop Honors, fix it, Mary, baby. Fix it, Biggie. Because it was awful. I just saw this cover. Not this cover. It was the first in the series. And I read it and I said, this sounds interesting. I'm not really like historical fiction. But period fiction. That's not my big thing. So when I got to this book and I read the synopsis, I said, I'll try it. See what happens. In love. The way you get me with, especially with a romance, especially with a series, is if the women are strong. And this series right here has some of the, even though it is in a time where women were not strong, where women were seen as meek, you know, you couldn't be doctors and all this because it is set in like 1300s. So women, they weren't doing all this whoop-de-whoop. This series has some of the strongest women, period. I mean, if you got a futuristic series, if you have a modern day series, these women are some of the strongest. They don't back down. The men are hot, but the women do not back down. They are right there in the midst of it, and they all have a skill. And the men don't pull away from that skill. Of course, they're men, so they're, I don't want you in danger, and they're the protector and all that good stuff. So they're right there in the midst of it, and they don't want their women to be in the midst of it, but they support them in the midst of it. It just great romance, sweet. For me, a good romance is realistic. It makes sense. You're not 2 chapters in and they're in love. That's not what happens. Now you do have, like, this one is kind of a love at first sight kind of thing. But it's not the sight, it's how she acts, how she is as a person, and he falls in love with her and they fall in love with each other. And I'm still reading it, But I have not been disappointed by this series, Monica McCarty. This one in particular is Striker. The Striker. I'm getting ready to pick up The Ghost from the library probably tomorrow, because I'll probably be done with this by today, because it's so good. This is I read on a Kindle HD. My Kindle's about 3 years old. This is the beauty of the Kindle HD. Look at that. Oh, what would you like to read next, you little book slut? Here we have it for you. That's the beauty of the Kindle HD, and I can just sound on it right there. So if you wonder what I read on, this is what I read on. Kindle HD. So those are my quick little book reviews. I'll post them on my blog, www.legacyofpretty.com. And I also am on Amazon if you want to follow my reviews on there. I think I'm Hope McLeod. I'll find the link and then I'll get it to the bottom of the video, and you can follow me there, and you can see all my little reviews of all my little books. I'm also on Goodreads, Legacy of Pretty. You can follow all my smut. And I'm not ashamed to say I read smut, and I have probably read 5 books this week.